Okay, everybody out there, if you're stressed out about money, maybe you got some debt, we're going to show you how you can love your debt. We're here with Bamber, who's a personal finance coach as well as a money expert for a number of magazines. You've written 7 books.
Indeed.
In 1996, you quit a dream job as an investment company executive and decided to help other people with their money issues. Thanks for joining us today.
It's such a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
A lot of people are worried about their money and their future. How do you use that energy to realign their finances and just really kind of coincide with the values that people have?
Well, it's tough times out there. There's no question about it. And I think in tough times, anxiety levels go up. The great thing about a recession, if there is a great thing about a recession, is we're all in this together. And so, first of all, there's that opportunity to think about who we want to be in the world and how we want to use our money as a tool in that process. So it's an opportunity to become conscious. And what I really encourage people to do, I mean, if you don't have any problems with your money, if you don't worry about money, then just ignore me. But
those of them, I can't imagine anyone that's not worried about their money, especially right now.
Indeed. But if you are worried about money, one of the ways to use that energy is to start to track your spending. I have a category in my spending tool. I use Microsoft Money, but there's also a great tool available free online called piggypal.ca, and you can use that absolutely free to just become aware of where your money's going. I'm participating in a forum on women and their money tomorrow night, and it's very cleverly entitled, "Where did I spend it all?" Because isn't that a question that all of us are asking?
Yes.
Where does it all go? So when we become conscious of that, we can ensure that our money is a tool that's aligned behind our values. In my spending plan, I have a category called total waste of money. And that includes things like parking tickets, but it also includes things that I bought on a whim and regret spending. And when we become conscious of the ways that we squander our money through impulse buying, through paying for things that just aren't good value, bank fees come to mind, we can start to align our spending in a way that really fulfills us.
So how do we keep track? What's the best way to keep track of our spending?
Well, I would try PiggyPal, first of all. Okay. Just use that to see where your money is going. And then if you need something a little bit more sophisticated, tools like Microsoft Money or Quicken are wonderful, because not only do I look at my spending, I can look at my debt, I can look at my RSP savings, I can look at my investment returns at the same time. But start anywhere, even if you just have a notebook, and start writing down your spending, figuring out how much you spend on lattes. I mean, and there's no good and bad, there's just conscious and unconscious.
And paying bills online helps too, for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, you talked about giving our debt some love, and I'm thinking, I don't love my debt. I know you don't love your debt.
You know, it's so funny. When I was working as a financial advisor, so many people would come to me with household balance sheets. And in one column, they would have their investments, or their RSPs. And in the other column, they would have their credit card debt. On their RSPs, they were earning 3 or 4% if they were lucky. In their credit card debt, they were often paying 19%. And yet, if the figures were the same in both columns, they figured they were somehow getting ahead. We have to look at our wealth as a whole and realize that paying down debt is one of the most effective ways we can build wealth. So when you think about making a credit card payment, you probably feel, like most of us, a little bit sick. What if I told you that I was going to offer you an investment that paid 25% without any risk whatsoever? Okay. How would you feel about that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're doing when you make a larger than minimum payment on your 18% credit card, because you're paying that in after-tax dollars, and your returns are in after-tax dollars as well. Okay. So it really is a great return on your money.
To pay off your debt.
I think by taking that proactive stance, by looking at it in a positive way, as I'm working toward my future, by being creative about the way that I pay off my debt, you can work a little harder, bring a little positive energy to it, and enjoy it a lot more.
And it's easier to pay more on your debt when you're doing a little bit more that's free, and there's lots of things that we can do that's free, right?
Oh, you know what? We live in the greatest country in the world, bar none. Go Canucks. But, you know, our public libraries, our schools, our community centers offer such wonderful programs for free. Sometimes, you know, there's a cost of a few dollars, but there's just so many great entertaining things that we can do to be part of our community.
Craigslist, libraries.
Oh, listen, I'm part of the Compact, which is buy nothing new. Now, I'm not a strict part of the Compact, and so I buy a few things new, but for instance, this evening I'm going to pick up a car stereo from a woman on FreeCycle that's trashing her car, and she bought a new car with a new stereo in it, so I get her old one. That's great value, but it also makes me part of a community of people that are really very conscious about where their resources are going, and it's so much fun. I get to meet so many wonderful people by participating in that economy. So Craigslist, FreeCycle, Kijiji, all communities of people that are living a little bit more consciously.
Well, definitely it's the way we're doing things nowadays. By the way, these are just a few of the tips that you have. Of course, you've got an event that's happening tomorrow.
Indeed.
That people are welcome to attend, which is also free. It's called a Full Figure Forum at the Vancouver Public Library. You can go to the website on your screen for more information. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of the stress out. I don't know if I love my debt, though. I still decide I don't love my debt. Thank you so much.
Wait till you start paying it off. Believe me, you're going to get it taxed.
Can't wait for that. Let's go to Mark with all